After 10, we will get started this morning. Wendell, thank you for your time. As we've done with all of our Zooms, if you have a question for Wendell, use the hand raise feature and we'll call on you. Well, we are recording this, so there will be video. The video will be posted in the ACC box in the folder for the Florida State Duke game. So again, Wendell, thanks for your time. And we will start with Steve Wiseman. Steve, go ahead.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks for setting us up. Wendell, how are you this morning?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for joining us here. I know the season hasn't gotten off to the kind of start you wanted personally. What are some of the things what do you think's led to that, and what are some of the things you're working on to try to correct that?
I mean, really, like you said, the season hasn't got off to the start that I wanted personally. But for me, it's just keep fighting through the adversity. I mean, all players hit a wall at some point in their career, and this happens to be my wall. And I just find a way to get over it, doing whatever it takes. Really not focusing on me. I just focusing more on what I can do just to help lead our team better.
David Thompson, go ahead.
Hey, Wendell, just to kind of follow up on that, you talked about the wall. What do you mean by that? What do you feel like, personally are those struggles that you're dealing with on the court?
I mean, it's just one of those times. For me, it feels like every shot I take, it doesn't go in. It feels like, I really like the game's moving faster than me right now. Really, I could say. So, like I said, right now, I'm doing whatever I can to help our team better, win games, leading the younger guys on the floor, and my game will come back around.
Have you ever dealt with something like this in your career before?
I'd say personally, this is one of the first times I've dealt with like this big of an adversity, besides my injury. But yeah, this is the time that we're all fighting through together, and I know my teammates have my back. They still believe in me, and really, I'm just doing everything I can to make them proud.
Brian Horace, you're up.
Hey, Wendell. Thanks for doing this today. Obviously, you guys have been dealing with a lot of stops and starts and game cancellations and such. How does it affect you guys to mentally prepare for a game and then kind of have that, that rug snatched, out from underneath you?
Yeah. I mean, it hurts every time. It's like you said, really just snatching that rug from underneath us. I mean, we've been preparing. For instance, like the pit game, we prepared 2 to 3 days before getting ready for the game. And after our last practice before a game prep, kind of find out that we weren't going to play. So that stings every time. I mean, really, it never gets any easier. But all we can do is just move forward and look forward to the games that we will have.
Thank you, Wendell.
Evan Cohen, you're up.
So obviously some big news on Christmas Day was, Duke women's basketball opting out of the season. I'm just wondering if you guys talked about that within the men's basketball side, whether you talked about that as a team, whether it be the players or with coach or anything like that.
I can say for us, we haven't really talked about it much. That was a decision that they made as a team, and they felt that it was a decision that was best for them. And we stand behind them 100%. We support our girls team. And I mean, it's a hard time, so they had to make a tough decision to better their program.
Jason Evans, go ahead.
Wendell, it's not really about you, but I'm wondering, has Jalen Johnson been back at practice at all, and how's his recovery coming?
Jalen's been great. He's been back around with the team. I really just encourage him, doing everything he can to stay involved. He's not practicing with us right now, but he's definitely getting better, and he's definitely getting closer.
Mark Armstrong, go ahead.
I was just going to follow up about the women's team. Have you had conversations with any of the players? I mean, I'm sure you socialize with them in some aspect a little bit. Have you talked to them personally about them making that decision?
No, I haven't talked to anybody personally about their decision. But like I said, we all support it 100% though.
Jim Sumner, go ahead.
Hey, Wendell, a couple weeks ago, Coach K suggested that the team needed a mental health break, needed to get away from campus, go home, see some friends and family. I assume you had a chance to do that. You personally and the team in general, have you seen uh, some benefits from that break?
Yeah, I definitely see some benefits for the break because not only was it a mental health thing, as coach liked to call it for us, but it also gave us a time just like a time for rest. I mean, we've been here since August 2nd, practicing every day, getting ready for every game, and sometimes it's nice for us just get a couple days to ourselves. And I think coach made that a really big point that he just wanted us to get time away and get our bodies and minds rested for the rest of the season that we have coming up.
Tom Shanahan, go ahead.
Hey, Wendell, I was going to ask you that question too, but let me follow up and say it was kind of surprising to hear some people say Coach K was trying to get out of playing the rest of the season. I'm sure you guys thought that was kind of ridiculous.
Yes, yeah, we did. I would say me personally, I know in Coach these past 2 years, he's definitely one of the most fired up guys when it comes to playing games. I think sometimes he wants it even more than some of the guys do. He's that much into it. So for somebody to say that he doesn't want to play anybody else, I don't think that was right at all. Because that's really the last thing that people can say about Coach.
Thank you.
Steve Wiseman.
Wendell, the last game you guys played, Notre Dame, was markedly better offensively for the team than it was some of the previous games. You guys shot better, turnovers were down. What went better that game? And then what have you guys worked on in practice since then to kind of build on that?
I would say our preparation was really good for that game. Coach Carroll came with a great scout on their offense and defense. And the main focus for us recently has been kind of half-court offense and our execution. We want to do things in that manner like a lot better. Like you said, keep the turnovers down, take better shots, get teammates open. And for us, that's been a big focus. And I think we've been improving on it greatly.
Thanks.
Evan Cohen.
So I have a two-part question about Florida State. Obviously, you mentioned Jalen Johnson's not practicing with you guys yet, so I'm assuming he won't be out there Saturday. So one is the Scotty Barnes matchup something that you're expecting to take? Is that something you've been preparing for? And also, just overall, how are you guys preparing for Florida State's size as a team?
I got to start with the first one. As for the matchup, I mean, if Coach allows me to get that matchup, then I'm definitely going to prepare for that. We've already been preparing for them as a team. We know their scout. We've been going over the past couple of days, really just preparing our normal way for any type of game. But I think the team will be ready. The team's been getting better ever since we got back, getting back into shape, and just going over everything we need to go into that game. We know that Florida State's a physical team. They like to switch 1 through 5. They're all the same size. And, I mean, first we know it's going to be a fight going into it, so we're going to be ready.
David Thompson, you're up.
Yeah, I just wanted to piggyback on the question Jim asked about, getting the extended break. Can you kind of go in a little detail just about, what you did specifically and kind of how that sort of, refreshed you, let you take a deep breath?
Yeah. I think for me at home, it was just more about spending time with my family. We did a lot of things together. We stayed in the house, just hung out a lot. When I was able to get in the gym, I just got a chance to make a lot of shots. Just see the ball go through the rim. I mean, it's really nothing for me. I mean, I can work as much as I want, but at the end of the day, it's about the ball going in the rim. And I mean, for me, just seeing that ball go through the rim a couple of times, kind of gave me back the confidence that I felt like I was missing before.
And was that the first time you'd gotten to see your family in person since the semester started?
Yes, I believe that's true. We've been here since August 2nd. I mean, obviously I speak to my family every day, but I do think that's the first time I've seen them in person since then.
Vashti Hurt, go ahead.
Hi, Wendell. Thanks for taking the time. Florida State just played a couple of days ago. It's been, as mentioned, an extended break for you guys. Is there a concern that there may be a bit of rust on you guys' part, maybe a disadvantage because you guys haven't played in a couple of weeks and Florida State has been had more games than you guys?
Um, I mean, I don't feel like for us that was a concern. Really, I think our main concern is ourselves. Really, just going into it refreshed, and I feel like our team is refreshed. We're getting our win back, and really, we're just working every day to get better and prepare for that game.
All right, last question. We'll go to Jason Evans.
Wendell, I'm wondering if there's been anybody since you guys came back from the break who's impressed you in practice. Who, is there anybody who's really, showing something more to their game now that you guys came back refreshed, as you said?
I mean, if I had to choose someone, I think I would choose Henry because he's kind of going through, I don't want to say a total position change, but we're using him a lot on the perimeter now. He's been really effective there. What he brings to perimeter is definitely something different. A big body, a great defender, a great rebounder. He finishes great around the rim. So I think that adds to our team.
Thank you and Happy New Year.
Thank you. Same to you guys.
All right, Wendell, appreciate your time this morning. As Jason said, have a happy new year. Best of luck on Saturday and appreciate your time. Thank you.